Des from Aro-Tarot here, and today I've got a sort of unboxing. The deck's not opened yet, but I don't have like the delivery box because it's really beat up. Also, not everything in the box is mine anyway. Including one's literally a Christmas present for one of my friends who I don't even know if they've tried watching my videos yet. I told them the YouTube channel, but I don't know if they've tried. I don't know. They could have forgot. It was through a snap. But yeah, so, well, actually two things, because one of them wants a friend. But anyway, so this is the opening of the deck. And I've seen images of the first edition, but obviously I've never had the first edition. I didn't get into tarot till after that. And then I was kind of sad when I found out it was out of print, but then I was happy because the Prisma Visions was in print. So yeah, so the Light Visions just came, the second edition, and it's not opened yet. You can see the plastic, so I'm considering it an unboxing. It's just the out of the delivery box happened in another room. So, yes, so all package and such. Not really I can say about that, so. You know what? I'm going to do something special. Let's bring out the sibling. Because I do have Prisma Visions. Mine's the second edition. And my friend and my mom are getting the third edition. You know, for Christmas and holidays and stuff. Yes, I have the second edition, which, to be honest, I actually like the second edition card more. It's the fish one, you know. First one's strawberry, second one's fish. Third one is it's not called fish, it's key. It's called key, but it's got a fish on it, so I immediately think of fish. And the third one is illumination, which Mom actually really likes that one, and my friend likes that one too. So I'm just gonna have it set now here because I feel like they're gonna work together. I don't usually do spreads with two tarot decks. Usually I opt and do an oracle instead, but they kind of behave like each other, you know. So, sticker. It was printed in China. Same, so was my deck, to be honest. I'm trying not to cut the box. Okay. I got sharp scissors. Don't even need to fast forward it because it's just breaking all off now. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's shiny. The box is shiny. I'm sorry, Ben, but it would have been cool if you were shiny. But yeah, it's shiny. It should be the same size. Yep. It's the same size as Prisma Visions, which I already know it's the same. You know, it's got the same kind of design. It's pretty much the same box. I'm trying to tell. I feel like the texture is just a little bit different, but this also might be because I've used this a lot. I've carried it around a lot. I'd have to compare it to like my friend's third edition, but I think it just feels newer. Ooh. Yeah, it's basically the same box as which not the same as the first edition. Oh, the first edition box, like, yeah, the fact that he made the boxes, like, dang, son, no wonder you didn't want to sell it anymore. I can't imagine, like, making, like, 100 boxes for a deck. Like, that'd be cool, but, boy. So anyway, you open it up, and you've got the saying. Is it the same saying? I think it's the same saying. Yep. Same saying that's in, which could be in the first edition. I don't know. I've never really actually seen an have I seen? I don't think I've actually seen an unboxing for Save the First. I think I might have like months ago. Just because it came up and I kind of glimpsed through it. I think it came up on my Tumblr maybe. But yeah, and then it's a second edition. It's kind of interesting. Second edition. No, I'm a first edition. My brother's the second edition. Actually, would you even consider it a second edition? Because I guess you could still do it, at least from Mom. And he's my half-brother. Okay, so Wait. Okay, it doesn't smell as good. I'm sorry. I had a thing when I got the Prisma Visions, and that's why I had to flip through the book really quick. When I got the Prisma Visions, I was looking at it, and I could instantly smell it. But you can still kind of smell ever so slightly, but not a lot. And it just smelled so good. I don't know, books smell good. Like, you know when you just get that book and you just go, yes. And that's how it was. I don't really smell it as much just because I've obviously flipped through the book a lot. I don't know if I've actually read it from front to back, though. I've read, I think, most of the cards, but I don't think I've actually sat down and just read the whole booklet. Yeah, this is the second edition booklet, which I know is pretty much the same as, except for, you know, the different card. It's, ooh, I can't tell, is it bigger? I think the Light Visions is a little bit thicker. How many pages is this? If you go to About the Artist and notes and all that, it's 96. How many sheets of paper in this one? $96. Okay. I think it's just because being used brand new. So yeah, it's about the same size as the other one. They're organized the same way too, with how it goes. If you look through the booklet, table of contents. It's got the getting to know the deck, the vision. I remember that was in the first one. Oh, I don't know if that spread's actually in this one. So you get the vision spread. Oh, yep, there's a different one. Okay, so you also get the 5-card spread, classic one. In at least the second edition of Prisma Visions, I think it's probably in all of them though. You get the Celtic Cross spread. In this one though, you get a past life spread, which that's cool. I've actually made a past life spread because I got one time someone on Tumblr was like, can you do past life? And I'm like, I've never done one. I can do a small reading. We could see what comes up. So I did that, and I ended up doing it for myself, my mom, and my brother. But yeah, this is a 12-card past life reading. I think, how many cards did mine have? I think mine had 6, which I kind of did overview. I think I did two oracle cards, so they were kind of like overviews. Right, Alistair? Yeah, you with your little cute squeaks. So yeah, so Celtic Cross, it's a past life spread, which is 12 cards. And then you get through, you know, the majors. It's got basically a symbol, which is a picture from the actual picture, you know. And then the suits kind of have, like, those are the wands, the swords. You know, it's just like Prisma Visions. And it even has the and now you know at the end. No, it's not the bad. And of course the about. So that's all the same. The box is pretty much the same. So now we get to the cards. And from my understanding, yeah, from what I've seen, oh, this is slippery. Got this. From what I've seen of the first edition, I think the minors had borders of the Light Visions. This does not have borders on the minors, except for, you know, like where the name goes down below. But it's like the Prisma Visions where you can do the panorama of images. Because what I think I've seen, the minors had borders. Like, don't quote me on this, but I think they did. I'm not sure. And of course it's got beautiful gold gilding, which is going to look great next to the beautiful silver gilding. Yes. Okay, I will say, like, oh, maybe they are just slippery. I don't know. It feels a bit slippier. I don't know. Maybe I don't remember these being that slippery. Because, like, they move around. They're kind of slippery. You know, it's got a lot of gloss on it. But these ones, I'm, like, dropping it almost. Because of how slippery they are. They're, like, really slippery. I'm pretty sure Prisma Visions didn't come like that. I mean, I've used the deck a lot, and it's not like that now, but I don't think it was that slippery. I mean, like, it's, like really slippery. It's probably kind of like my mythical manga tarot in forms of slipperiness. Okay, so now I'm gonna see if I can compare the cardstock. Just to, besides slipperiness, this one feels slippier. Slippier. I'm sorry, I can't say that word, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows what word I'm talking about. Okay, so they're about the same thickness. I think this one's just got more gloss on it. Yeah, it looks shinier. Like, I don't know if you'd be able to tell, but it looks, yeah, you can kind of tell a little bit. It's a little bit shinier. I think it's just got more gloss on it than at least my second edition. I don't know, I've never touched a third edition Prisma Visions. But, yeah, this is not as slippery as this, which I'm afraid I'm going to drop. But anyway, this is a second edition, but I figured I'd still do a flip through. I already know all the images just because it's the same as Prisma Visions, so it's just gonna be, now it's just a flip through. Without much thoughts, unless I say this one's my favorite from Prisma Visions, so it's gonna be the same in this one. So anyway, we start with the Fool. Hopefully they don't fall when I'm putting him down. The Magician. I love the Magician. He's so cool. Oh, and these are the backs, by the way. So. The High Priestess. I feel like it's a bit harder to tell that it's a pomegranate. I feel like it's harder to see the pomegranate, which is kind of interesting for the color version, which my eyes immediately go to, like, the pomegranate on the ground. But in this one, I actually look more at the woman's legs. Ooh, the Empress. I like this version of the Empress more than the Prisma Visions. I was never really too big on that Empress, but I like that one. Does the Emperor actually look different in the Prisma Visions? See, I don't actually know what all the changes are because I don't think I've actually really actually sat down and watched. And I don't have this one in order. I'm pretty sure the Emperor card's different than Prisma Visions, though. I'm, like, pretty positive. Where is it? I'm just gonna pull it out real quick because I should have put this in order. I kind of did this, like, last minute. Kind of like, can I do an unboxing now? My mom's like, sure, go ahead, do the unboxing. Yeah, this is what I meant where my eyes immediately go to the pomegranates, though. I have one card on the ground, one card on the ground. And how the Empress looks a bit, the colors. This doesn't matter of the colors. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm putting you everywhere. Yes, the Emperor card is different from Prisma Visions. Prisma Visions, it looks like this. In Light Visions, it looks like this. Which is kind of, I don't know. I feel like they fit their decks very well because this one's got the high colors of Prisma Visions. But this one I feel like kind of goes really well. And can I pick up this card? Can I pick up this card? No. Ugh. Let's put it down. Okay, so we got the Lovers, which of course I like. I mean, I like the colors in Prisma Visions a lot, but like, I just love the Lovers in Prisma Visions, and I like it in this one too. I just, the dance partners, I love that. Also, you got the same sex couple in the back, which is great. Yeah, I still have an issue with the Chariot in both versions, though. The card just, to me, looks like it's not in flight, like it's not moving. I mean, I get the lines, I think, are supposed to make it look like it's moving, but I've just always had, it's been harder for me to tell that it's moving. Strength. The Hermit, which you can barely see him in this version. But yeah, he's on the bridge, which I always liked. I like that he was, like, away from, you know, the viewer. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice, which I really like this Justice card. I just like seeing justice in action. It's cool. The Hanged Man. Okay, Death's a bit different than Prisma Visions. All this stuff coming out of the flower, like, I think it's just color that surrounds the flower in the first one. I literally just saw it, and I'm like, that's not in the first one. It's just all this stuff coming out, but besides that, it's cool. I don't know, I keep looking at them. I think they're supposed to be bubbles-ish. I don't know, some of them look like bubbles, some of them look like jelly beans. I don't know. Temperance. I like that I can at least see Temperance a bit better. Temperance was one of the ones, like that one in the star, it was always very hard for me to actually see the image. Like, the figure in the image. The devil was always kind of hard, but that kind of fit because it's a snake amongst the forest. Which I really like that. Tower. I don't know, and when it's not in color, it feels a lot more powerful. Makes me feel like an explosion in the back, but it's just that. Oh, yes, I love this star. I like this a lot better than the color version. The color version, whenever I look at it, it immediately makes me think of, like, a plant because of how this stuff comes up, but I really like this version. It's got the moon. The sun is different, but you still got that flowers with the melting thing going on. Judgment's different too. Instead of a squirrel door, it's an open door. Same kind of concept though. In the world. And what's this bonus card? Which I don't know if it's the same bonus card as the first edition or not. I don't know. I don't think so. Wasn't it strawberries? Wasn't the first edition of that one also strawberries? Is the same as this one? I don't know. I haven't seen it in like so long. But the bonus card for the second edition is the orchard. Which is cool because there's orchards around where I live. I don't go to them, but I know that there's some out there. Been to like one once. Apples. And then I swear when I looked at the first edition, I think that there was borders on the old ones. And that was one of the things that Prisma Visions changed. But, yeah, there's no borders or anything, so you can put all the images together. I know it would be a lot easier to tell the difference between the suits in Prisma Visions by color, because they kind of had their own color themes going on. But I got one of the cards in wrong. Oops. Yeah, these, they're all the same. It's just not in color. Which you could tell if you looked at a first edition video of this, but not everyone could get the first edition. Because some people weren't into it then. Curses. Definitely easier to see the image that's going on in those are leaves. It's just I think blue and it's more like water in Prisma Visions. Yeah, when you're comparing them, it's definitely easier to see what's actually in the pictures with this version. Although it's harder to tell between the suits. I mean, if you know the panorama, it's not, but if you don't know it, it's a bit hard, you know. Like, image-wise, you can see there's cups in this, there's pentacles in this, but, like, the Prisma Visions, one of the things I like about it is you can tell by the colors very easily what suit it's from. It's very easy if you're doing, like, a big spread. That must be my friend Nick. Snapping me. Now the swords. I feel like the swords is a bit harder to see what's going on without the colors, though. Just because of all the details from the snow and the trees. Like, that figure blends in really well. I feel like I can see the wands a bit easier. They're very dark, though. The wands is like the only suit in the Prisma Visions that I have a harder time with, just because there's so much going on with the colors. Like, for instance, the knight is like right here up on front, so like, I was always like, what? So I'll see when I get to the court cards, because it's the court cards where I'm like, it's hard for me to see the figure, so. This one feels kind of like a actual, like the background color is a lot lighter. It goes from like dark to light. I kind of like that. Yeah, I can see the figures in the courts a lot easier. So for instance, what was it, the knight that I just pulled up? Yeah, so the knight in color and the knight not in color. It's like the same figure, but it's easier to see a figure in this version. The kind of almost black and white version. It's not exactly black and white, it's like an off black and white. Ooh, pretty clean. And the king. Hopefully I didn't go too fast. I didn't know how much battery this camera had, because sometimes it doesn't like to tell me how much battery it has. So yeah, I gotta fix that one card real quick. I accidentally put it in. Back up. So yes, color-wise, I still think I like Prisma Visions more, but also I just have a really good relationship with Prisma Visions. Ben's a nice guy. Ben's the name of this one. I don't know what Light Visions will end up getting named. Yeah, it just, see, like, with me, I know a lot of people like matte decks, but I kind of like decks with gloss, just because when I do touch a matte one, especially if I haven't touched a matte one in a while, like, it feels really weird, because, you know, you're constantly touching, like, some kind of gloss, whether it's not a lot, or just a lot, you know, and then when you touch something without it, like, it feels really weird on my hands, so I usually prefer kind of, like, some kind of gloss, but I don't like it when it's, like, glossy to the point that it's like this. Hopefully it'll get broken in, just because Prisma Visions, at least the second edition that I have, when I remember getting it, I don't remember it actually doing it. Like, it kind of does it, but it's not like that. It's not. It's like glossy with the images, but it's not like falling everywhere glossy. And I don't remember it ever really having an issue with falling over. Where this one, it's gonna have an issue with falling over. Hopefully that kind of goes away with time. Hopefully. Otherwise, the deck's gonna be like, and I'll be like, oh, let me fix that. But yeah, that is still, though, beautiful. Second edition of Light Visions. Would have been nice to have the first, but at least I got the deck. And at least they can be together. Both second editions. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in the box now. And put the book in. And yes. Oh, and that's the back. No. What's the same? Actually, is it the same? Oh, if you look, they're actually a different set of cards. Cool. The cards selection's different. But anyway, yes. This was a flip through and sort of kind of unboxing and some of my thoughts on mostly the majors. I mostly just talked about the majors. And just kind of like the differences. Because some people didn't get the first edition like me. And then I just had Prisma Visions, which I love. It's one of my favorite decks. So just kind of like a comparison between Prisma Visions and the second edition. Both second editions. Of Light Visions. So yeah. I'm Des from Aro-Tarot, and I'm logging